Hi friends, how are you? I am doing lovely. I just got back from teaching 2 classes in the heat. It's quite warm today, so I'm feeling really good. Today we're gonna work on what we normally work on, something that we can always work on for the rest of our lives, being comfortable and at ease in our own skin while we strive for something more. So I talk about it all the time in my classes. Purna, P-U-R-N-A. It's just this beautiful idea that true healing and growth is so much more real and long-lasting when it comes from that true space in you that acknowledges that you already are perfect and whole. That you start out as enough, and then you add on to it. So if that's starting out as enough and then becoming more flexible, compared to just wanting to be more flexible and not acknowledging that you're good enough already, it's a much more natural way to go with the natural flow of life when we practice Purna. So we'll get started just in a comfortable seat. Sit however you'd like, cross-legged or not, whatever's comfortable for you, with your hands palms face up. And then kind of wiggle left and right. Feel really connected. Take any movement you need to feel like, yep, this is a firm place, sturdy place that I'm sitting from. Then draw your belly up and in, unless you're expecting baby, in which case never listen to that. Just make room for baby. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Sit up tall. Close your eyes. Just check in with what that idea of Purna means to you. And if there's some glaring thing that's sticking out, maybe that's the thing that you want to work on today. And if it's not, it's okay too. Maybe it's just not the day for it. You know your body, you know your spirit and your mind better than anyone else. So you decide what will make this practice a little bit more meaningful to you. And once you've decided, take your time, there's no rush. Invite your palms to touch right in the center of your chest. Lift your chest up to meet your thumbs. Take a big breath in through your nose. An open mouth, sigh out everything that doesn't have anything to do with what you want to focus on today. Let's do one more big breath in. Loud, open mouth breath out. Then draw your right ear to your right shoulder. And friends, you can open your eyes for any of this, close your eyes for any of this. This is an easy neck stretch. Sometimes it feels better to release your hands, so go ahead and try that. I'm going to offer you a ton of variations today, as I always do, but this is always has been, always will be your practice. So give yourself creative license to change things so that they don't hurt. Draw your chin back to center and then switch. You also get the option to decide, do you want to work out passively today? Or do you want to be more active? Passive, active, passive, active. So it's not licensed to be lazy during the hard poses, right? But if you're super stressed about the holidays or about anything at all, maybe today's more of a day for passive. If you just can't seem to get moving and you're feeling stuck and slow, maybe today's a good day for active. Come back to center. Release your hands if you haven't already. Lift your chin up. Find a spot that doesn't hurt, but you feel a little stretch along your neck. If this bothers your neck, it's way too tight, just release your lips from one another. If it doesn't, keep your lips glued together. This helps to gently and safely lengthen the less elastic connective tissues on your throat, fascia. Breath in. Then exhale, draw your chin all the way down to your chest. And it is completely normal to feel stretched down either side of your spine. If it hurts or you feel numbness or tingling, back off. It's just a little stretch. Stay right where you're at. Find that space between balance, or that balanced space between effort and ease. It's kind of like Purna, right? That space between I am enough and I want more. And finally, release your chin. Look forward, relax your shoulders, and switch your legs out. So if your legs weren't crossed, that's okay. You don't have to worry about keeping them crossed. Switch them out the other way, whatever feels right for you. Then bring your hands above your knees. Lean forward. We're going to practice something called Sufi circles. One of my teacher friends and just friends, Jill, brought this up a couple nights ago, and I've been doing it ever since. Thank you, Jill. Lean forward, lift your chin, lift your chest. Take a breath in. And then exhale, lean to your right. And round your back. Look down into your chest or your belly button. Then complete the circle. Inhale to your left. Lean forward. Exhale to your right. So I'm mirroring you. Lean back. Let's keep going. Inhale to your left. Lean forward. Exhale to your right. Lean back. So we'll go for the other direction. So let's switch directions. Inhale to your right and forward. Exhale to your left and back. And 3 more on your own. Just trust the natural flow of your breath. Done. It's all me, sitting up tall. Open your eyes and extend your legs out in front of you. Extend your legs. If you have any sciatic nerve pain, bend your knees and give yourself the ability to do this every time. Every time that your legs are straight, give yourself a little bit in your knees. Creates a ton of space in your lower back, helps prevent or hopefully not aggravate sciatic nerve pain more than it already is. So if your knees are bent, keep your feet relaxed. If they're not, flex your toes towards your face. And invite your hands down to your side. A seated sun salutation. Now again, you can make it passive or active. Passive, just kind of relaxing, pressing down, feeling that connection to the earth. Active, flex your toes towards your face. Almost so much so that your heels lift. Draw your belly up and in and relax your shoulders down. When I say relax, I mean really squeeze them down. Squeeze your elbows down together and in. Down, together. Let's break down your seated center. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach both arms all the way out. And pause and breathe. Remember, it's okay if your mountain pose looks different. You choose. If you want it in front of you or bend your elbows, that's your prerogative. This is your practice. Inhale, reach up. It's also known as Tadasana. Exhale, baby back bend. Open your arms wide. Lean back and look up. Or hands behind you. So when we're standing, you bring your hands to your lower back. Inhale, return to mountain pose. Both arms up. Exhale, right hand down, reach up and over to your right. Press your left hip bone down into your mat. Call them our sits bone. It's sits bones. It's also anatomically referred to as your ischial tuberosity, but either way, press the left side of what's connected to the ground into your mat, and then draw your belly in and inhale, rise back up, both arms up. Exhale to the other side. This time press your right ischial tuberosity, or your right sits bones, right hip, whatever you want to call it, down. Opens up both sides of your ribs. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge forward. If you feel resistance in your back, bend your knees. Then release your hands. So you can relax your toe, relax your head. You should remind yourself that there's no competition. It doesn't matter how low you go. Stay connected to your breath. It's that idea that you can practice Purna, and that what you send your energy up to, what you focus your attention on, what you set your intention as, it has power. It has power. So whether you're focusing on Purna in one way or the other, just come back to that. Be okay with where you're at. Slowly roll up. So chin to chest, roll up, sit up tall. Breath to movement. Inhale, mountain pose, both arms up. Exhale, back bend or supported back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, bend to your right. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, bend to your left. This whole time, warming up your spine in all 4 directions. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Also get into your hamstrings. Let's stay here for a breath in. And a big breath out. Good. Then gently bring your hands next to your hips. Let's bring your feet to your mat. Bend your knees. Then open your knees wide. You can bring your toes and heels to touch. Scoot forward if that feels good for you, or scoot back. It's a stretch. It's called Baddha Konasana. It's known as bow into ankle pose. If you are comfortable touching your toes, you can interlace your fingers between your toes. Ooh, sand in there is making it a little bit challenging. There you go. So you don't have to do this. This toe stretch, it's a really good release for your toes. I feel like oftentimes we kind of forget about our toes. You know, some people get pedicures, and that's great. Some people paint their nails, or they take care of, we all cut our toenails, I'm assuming. But they work really hard. They stabilize us in every step. So it's easy to forget about them. But this stretch, the reason why it's probably really uncomfortable for you, and I don't mean to laugh at your pain, it's just I get it because I'm doing it too, is because we often overlook it. So the more you do it, the easier it will be. Let's release your fingers. And then bring your hands behind you. And you can bring them facing you for another wristed forearm stretch, or behind you if that's better. And then just wiggle your toes around. See how they feel. Yeah. Notice the big sensation, little, big change, a little, and then let's just be okay with it. And come up onto your knees. So tabletop pose. If you have sensitivities in your knees, like I do, roll your mat. You can roll your mat a little bit or a lot. So bring your hands in front of you, and invite your shoulders over your wrists. So all 10 fingers spread wide. Let yourself kind of settle in. You can rock left and right. Then bend your elbows for cow pose. Relax your belly. And if it doesn't bother your neck, lift your chin and lift your chest. So continuing warm up of your spine. Take a breath in. Then exhale for cat. Round your back, straighten your elbows, look into your chest or your belly button. Let's do that again. Inhale, cow pose, bend your elbows, lift your chin, lift your chest. And exhale for cat. Now friends, close your eyes. Let's do that 2 more times on your own at your own rate. In tabletop pose. Walk your feet back. Dandasana pose, high plank. Top of a push-up position. Look towards the front of your mat. Draw your belly in and reach your heels towards the space behind you. Let's hold this for 3. Breathing, good for 2. And 1. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Press your heels towards your mat and look back at your shins. You can draw your shoulders down, away from your ears, and turn your elbows to point down. This is just a transition, but it's a really good one. Decompresses your spine, opens up your calves, your hamstrings, builds strength in your shoulder girdle. Look forward, lift your heels up, and tippy-toe your feet up. I know you probably don't want to, but try it anyway. Bend your knees as much as you can, or as much as you want to, so that you can touch the ground. If that means you walk your hands back to meet your feet, that's okay too. Now capture opposite elbows in front of your shins. Relax your head and neck. And sway left and right. Now if you have sciatic nerve pain, skip this way. I like to assign a breath in on the right and a breath out on the left. But remember, this is your practice, it's your journey, you choose. Be here a couple more seconds. When you feel balance, come to the middle, release your hands, and with a generous bend of your knees, chin glued to your chest, slowly roll up. And this roll up is great for your abdominal organs. It's all about compression and release. And when you get to the top, you can lift your chin, roll your shoulders away from your ears, and step back. Invite your hands to heart center. So toes touch or feet hip width distance apart, you choose. Hip width distance apart is safe for everybody. Toes touch. If you don't have hip, knee, or ankle sensitivities or history of injuries, or if you're not expecting baby. Remember, take water whenever you want to, and let's reaffirm your passive or active. What is it that you need today? Remember, we're continually focusing on it over and over again. Today you can create that and expand with that intention. Hands to heart center. Take a breath in. And exhale, release your hands down to your side. So a standing sun salutation. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, little back bend. Remember, always an option to bring your hands to your lower back. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, bend to your right. So release your right hand down, reach all the way up and over. Now, if this bothers your lower back, hand to your hip. Inhale, come up, mountain pose. Exhale, bend to your left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and forward at your hips. Release your hands towards your mat. Then look at your shins. Gently shake your head no. Nod your head yes. If your mat was rolled, unroll it. Inhale, halfway lift. One hand to your shin. Press into your shins. Straighten your elbows and breathe. So look down. It's okay if your back isn't parallel to the ground. Some people, some traditions, practice fingertips to the ground. I prefer hands above your shins. I think it's a little bit more support on your lower back, but if you want to try that, you always can. Take a breath in. Exhale, crouch and curl. Bring your hands to your mat. Lift your heels and bend your knees. Lower your hips to your heels. Draw your chin towards your chest. Forehead towards your knees. Now, if this doesn't serve you, regular forward fold will do just fine. You choose. So that's our standing sun salutation. Let's flow breath to movement. Plant your heels. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, back bend or supported back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, little bend to your right. Inhale, come up, mountain pose. Exhale, little bend to your left. So getting a little bit deeper, feeling those muscles release. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crouch and curl. Plant your heels, inhale, rise, mountain pose. This time lift your right leg up in front of you, so mirror me, it's your right foot. Exhale, figure four, hands to heart center. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can stay here, or bend your knees all the way back into your left heel. You can lift your left toes up. Flex your right toes towards your shin. And if this isn't enough of a stretch on your outer right hip, invite your right knee down. So without actually touching it, just reach your right knee down. So figure four, you can stay here, or arms out wide, lift your chest, take a breath in. Exhale, twist to your right. And it's okay if you lose your balance. Try to keep your hips pointing forward. And then slowly come back to center. Invite your hands to heart center. Inhale, one leg mountain pose. Lift your right leg through and up. Exhale, flip your palms, release your hands. Now shake it out, let it go. First balance pose. Always fun. Other side. Inhale, both arms up. Lift your left thigh up. Pause and breathe. You can always bring your toe to the ground or invite your thigh up. You choose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, figure four, hands to heart center. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Flex your toes towards your knee. Bend your knee and sit down. So you can stay standing. Just mimic whatever you did on the other side. A controllable way to increase our balance. Stay here or lift your chest up, arms up. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. And noticing which side is easier. Without assigning good or bad, just notice. Maybe you're right-handed, so this side's easier for you. Let's come back to center. Hopefully you don't have a wall behind you anyway like I do. Inhale, one leg mountain pose. Exhale, flip your palms, release your hands. Shake it out. Whew. Bring your toes off your mat, heels in, hands behind you. So interlace your fingers behind you. Then reach your knuckles away from your lower back. So a combination. We have a chest expansion, interlacing your fingers, and a bit of malasana legs. So just a bit, not a lot. Bend your knees and sit back and down. So this opens up your chest, expands the first couple of ribs. Also wakes up your quadriceps, builds strength to support your knees. And opens up your hips and your groin. So all the way into your heels, come down 1 inch lower, then lift your heels up. Let's hold this for 3. Smiling is optional, hold it for 2. And 1, straighten your legs, keep your heels lifted. Then lower your heels, release your hands. Nice job, just shake it up. Bring your right hand in front of you. Bring your fingertips back towards your face with your left hand. If it hurts, come out of it. Feel a bit of a stretch in your forearm. Stay there. Just another breath. And then switch. Release your hand, roll it out. Left hand forward, gently pull your fingertips back. towards your face. Really good stretch for anybody who owns a cell phone or a computer or drives. I think it does a repetitive motion over and over again. Do one more breath. And gently release. Roll. Very good. Turn your toes to point forward. You can still be wide. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, eagle arms. You can lean forward, circle, sweep your right elbow under your left. So your left elbow is on top. Then capture opposite shoulders or backs of your forearms together or palms together. And squeeze your elbows together and down. Bend your knees. Sit way low. So wide-legged chair pose. So Utkatasana means fierce. Make it fierce. So all the weight in your heels. This builds a ton of strength. Now lift your elbows up, lift your chest up, little back bend. Take an inhale. Then exhale, squeeze your elbows together down and round forward. It's great for your immune system. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up, little back bend. Exhale, squeeze together down, round forward. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, rise up, unwrap your arms, mountain pose. Exhale, cow face arms. Swing your right hand to your lower back, bend your left elbow. And stay here. Or wiggle your fingertips towards one another. And it's okay if they never touch. Remember, let's practice being okay with your at, even when you want something more. It's about stretching your left tricep and opening up your right shoulder. So find a spot that feels like a stretch. Close your eyes. Hold it for a breath in. Big breath out. Then slowly unwrap and roll everything up. On roll. Other side. Inhale, mountain arms. Exhale, eagle on your left. Circle sweep your left elbow under your right, so your right's on top. Capture opposite shoulders, backs of your forearm, or palms. And let's shorten your stance just a little bit. Then bend your knees and sit back and down. All the way in your heels. Remember, you could lift up your toes. Lift up your elbows, little back bend, elbows in line with your shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze your elbows together and in, so no light between your elbows and your chest, round forward. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. One more. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, cow face arms on the other side. Bend your right elbow, swing your left hand behind you, lower back. Wiggle your fingertips towards one another. You can always use a strap or a belt or a scarf. Anything that you have. Again, let's take this opportunity to check in. Left side, right side. That is either good or bad. Which side was easier? Which side was a little bit more challenging? Let's take a breath in. And out. Slowly release. Roll everything out. Yeah, that's it. Come right to the middle of your mat. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot forward, your hands next to your foot, then your right foot way back. So low lunge. Plant your left hand down. Forgot I was mirroring it. Plant your right hand down. Slowly inhale your left arm high. Gaze up. So whatever I said, your left foot forward, your right foot back. Take a breath in, reach up. Exhale, lower your hand down. Plant your hands, inhale your left leg high, 3-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, hop, or tippy-toe your feet up behind your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, other side, low lunge. Plant your hands on either side of your left foot, walk your right foot back. Just look forward. Plant your right hand down, reach your left arm high. It's the same thing. Feel that twist. Draw your belly and reach up. Inhale. Exhale, release your left hand down. Look forward. Walk your hands forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, step your right foot next to your left. So now we'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Your right foot stays forward. Plant your left hand down. Reach your right arm up. Get tall, big breath in. Exhale, plant your right hand down. So both firmly planted. Inhale your right leg high, 3-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So just playing with 2 transitions. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, hop, or tippy-toe your feet up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot back. This time, walk your hands forward. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot next to your left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands, walk your feet back. Now playing with a fun version of chaturanga, you can always come to your knees. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lower down halfway. Then inhale, upward facing dog. Untuck your toes. Straighten your arms. And exhale, come back to low plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And out. Then inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring your right knee behind your right hand, your right foot behind your left. Then walk your left foot back. Untuck your toe. Look over your right shoulder, so the opposite shoulder. And then look forward. Now if this bothers you, lay on your back. I'll show you a variation if it feels okay. Come down to your forearms. Stay lifted. Work them all the way down. If this doesn't feel good, lay on your back. Bring your right ankle over your left knee. It's called supine pigeon, or supta, ekapada, rajakapotasana. And then lay down. Or interlace your fingers underneath your left thigh. Practice straightening your leg. If you're on your back, stay where you're at. If you're face down, slowly bring your hands to either side of your face. Press yourself up. Tuck your back toe. You can shorten your stance a little bit. And then come back to tabletop. So right foot next to your left. Okay, that's it. Bend your elbows. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale for cat. One more. Inhale, cow. If you're on your back, still stay where you're at. Exhale for cat. If you're on your back, switch sides. If you're in tabletop, come to downward facing dog. Other side, inhale your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee behind your left hand, left foot behind your right. And walk your right foot back. Look over your left shoulder. This helps to square out your hips, so to bring your right hip forward, your left hip back. Then look forward. You can stay here, come down to your forearms. Or come all the way down to your forehead. I'm going to stay lifted. Half pigeon, in Sanskrit, it's Eka Pada Raja Kapotasana. So Eka is one, or single, Pada is foot. Raja means royal, and Kapotasana means pigeon pose. So Eka Pada, one foot, Raja Kapotasana. Eka Pada Raja Kapotasana. It opens up your piriformis, your glutes, the connective tissues in your outer left hip, and then your iliopsoas, the right part of your leg, the top part of your right leg. Lots of good muscles and connective tissues there. If you're on your back, stay where you're at. If you're belly down, come up onto your hands. Tuck your back toe, shorten your stance, and then come back to tabletop pose. Again, do rounds of cow and cat, just at your own pace. If you're on your back, release your feet down, then roll to meet us in a seat. And if you're in tabletop pose, walk your knees forward, then have a seat. Both legs forward. Bring your right knee in towards your right armpit. Now, I've been playing with this a lot. It's half saddle pose, or also known as half hero's pose. If you have knee sensitivities and you want to focus on your digestion, this compresses your ascending colon, you can stay here. So your right knee into your right armpit. If you would like, if your knees don't bother you, I'm going to try something else a little bit healthier, or not healthier, a little bit more compression. They're both healthy. Then you can swing your right foot behind you. So if you have blessed with extra calf muscles like I am, just readjust. And then your toes pointing behind you. See how much I'm sweating? It's because it's so hot outside. Oh, how funny. I mean, the weather's not better than Seattle, I promise. It's like, same, comfortable. So if this bothers you, come back. If it's comfortable, you can stay here, or bring your hands behind you. Relax. Or if you feel like it, come down to your forearms, or lay all the way down on your back. Now, if your right hip lifts up, come back. A little notch, a little level. Let that be your spot. Let that be the spot between effort and ease. If your right knee starts on firing, just horrible pains through your right kneecap and down, let's come up and come back to another level again. There's so many variations for each pose. Lean all the way to your left and come up, and then liberate your right leg. Just bring some movement into your right foot. Feel that fresh blood flow. Then invite your right foot into your left thigh, above or below your knee. And scoot over just enough so that you have your knee, your right knee, over your mat. And flex your left toes towards your face. Walk your hands down either side of your leg. So you can stay here, squaring your shoulders to face your extended leg, and come all the way down if that's accessible to you. If it's not, that's okay. Just close your eyes. Know that this is what you need for your body. Just take a breath in. Big breath out. Come down a little bit deeper. So one more breath in. And up. Then walk yourself back up. Bring your right hand behind you. Plant your hand. Press down through your right knee. Lift your hips up and reach your left hand behind you. So hips lift, reach behind you. Feel that release, that expansion on the left side of your body. You can feel your belly open up. Take a breath in. Then exhale, come all the way back down. And then switch. The right leg long. Hug your left knee in. Take a moment. Bring it in close. Stay here. This compresses your descending colon, so it's systematically going through your digestive system. Or swing your left leg behind you. Adjust your calf muscles. Toes point back. And sometimes this is super comfortable on one foot and on the other. So listen to your body. If it just doesn't work on this side, that's okay. It's more important that you listen to your body and avoid pain than to balance it out. So now next time you know, maybe not so hard on the first time. So stay here or recline a little bit or lie. Woo. So my left knee just popped up, so it's an indicator to me that it's a little bit tight today. My hip's a little bit tight, so I'm going to come back up. If your hip or knee pops up, do the same thing. And the reason why this is so good for your knee, no matter what version that you're in, is the compression. So a ton of poses in yoga cut off blood flow in order to promote it upon rising or release. So it's kind of like the time on your mat is super important. The time after is really important too. It's when you move around, you get all that circulation, all the benefit of your practice. That's why Shavasana is so important. Let's come up, however you came into it. Then lean to your right, liberate, free your left leg, bring some movement into it. Then bring your left foot above or below your knee. Scoot all the way over so that your left knee is above the mat. And look towards your right foot, flex your toes towards your face, and walk your hands. Seated separate leg stretching. You walk your hands towards your foot. And it's okay if that's only a bit of an inch for you, if it's up here, as long as you feel it. Feel something, whether it be the back of your leg, your back, anywhere at all, or if you just feel emotionally like this is the spot that you need to hold. Hold it there. Trust your intuition. 2 more breaths. And walk your hands back up. Come to the middle. Just notice the difference in your lower back. So a lot on your lower back. And bring your left hand behind you. Fingertips point behind you. Press down through your left hip. Hips lift up. Or press down through your left knee. And then reach your right hand behind you. Look behind you. Big breath in. Reach back. Look back. Exhale. Come all the way down. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Roll forward. This time let your back round. So we did this earlier. It's Baddha Konasana. This time it's for your lower backs and your lower back and your hips. You can walk your hands forward if that feels good, or bring your palms to touch. Glue your fingers together. Reach your arms forward and look down. Slowly roll back up. This time extend both feet forward. Seated forward fold again. Sciatica sufferers, bend your knees a little bit. You'll like it so much better. Scoot forward wherever you're at. Come up to the front of your mat. Too far. And reach your arms up overhead. Get tall. So press down through the shield tuberosity. These are your sit bones. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold with a flat back. So the moment you feel your back round, stop. Let that be your spot, then release your hands down. It's all about lengthening your spine. So we're slowly and gently lengthening your muscles that support your spine, and the connective tissues that wrap around everything and hold you together. They are very effective at their job, so our yoga allows us to safely let the tension of that go. It's built up with emotions, time, age, experiences, so to loosen it up is a really, really healthy thing. Find your just deepest ability, whatever it is for you. And slowly roll up. Bend your knees. Bring your hands to your sides and scoot forward. If you have lower back sensitivities, keep your hands here. This is going to be your boat pose for today. Don't worry, you still get quite a bit of effort. You get the same benefit as everyone else. If your lower back feels good, bring your hands behind your knees. Lower down onto or lean back onto the most blessed part of your sits bones. Then lift your chest up. So stay here again, always an option to bring your hands behind you. If your lower back just twinges or doesn't feel right in this pose. Option to extend your feet forward, lift them up off of your mat. So you can stay here. Some people love extending their legs straight or reaching your arms forward. You choose. The offering I'd like to give you today is capture your big toes with your peace sign fingers and work to straighten your legs. And it's okay if it's just this today. It's completely okay. It's okay if it's just this, right? If it doesn't feel good to capture your toes, capture your feet. Plug your shoulders down into your back. And maybe rock left and right. Or maybe take big circles. And it's okay if you fall, right? Find your final variation of this pose, whatever it is that you'd like to. Slowly roll back. On the count of 5. Go slow for 4. Belly drawn in, lift your chest up for 3. Last 2. And 1. Baby Shavasana. Release your head and neck down. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Then draw your knees into your chest. Rock left and right. If that hurts your back, skip it. Then bring your arms out to a T. And rock all the way to your right. So both knees to your right. Look up or to your left. And you can stay here with knees bent or straighten your legs. Sometimes that feels good. Sometimes one knee bent, one knee not. Either way, getting a twist on your spine. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to your left. Both knees bent, look to your right. Or straighten your legs. Supine twist prepares you for Shavasana, our favorite pose. Come back to center. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Take a big breath in. Exhale for Shavasana. Feet out wide, arms out wide. Relax your head. Wiggle your shoulders underneath you. Eyes closed. Stay right where you're at, so you stay laying down on your back. Just check in from head to toe. Notice anywhere in your body that you're holding on to some tightness. And allow yourself to just let it go. Let it go. Just take a big breath into your nose. Open mouth, breath out. So you get 2 minutes here in Shavasana, or you stay here as long as you like. Shavasana allows your body to have that circulation after all those compressions, all the twists, everything that rinsed out. This is creating space. You're expanding to create space for new blood, fresh blood. So keep your eyes closed. If you feel distracted, that's okay. It's normal, you're human. Come back to your breaths, big full breaths out. Or if you'd like something a little bit different, you can count your breaths out up to 10. And then when you get to 10, come back to 1. Sometimes that's really helpful for people who like numbers. You can picture the colors of the rainbow. So all red for a couple of breaths, and then an orange, go all the way through. Or finally, you can focus on a word on your breath out, like Purna. Purna, being content while simultaneously striving for deeper fulfillment. So being okay with where you're at, even when you want more. Either way, 2 minutes. Breathe. Give this gift to yourself. And I'll let you know when we're ready to move. Like to stay here as long as you'd like. You can ignore everything that I'm saying. If you are ready to be guided out, take a moment to scan your body from head to toe. Just check in. Notice what sensations came up for you today, big or small. What changes happened for you, big or small. And then bring some gratitude into yourself for your body, for making time to do this, to try it. There's courage in trying new things, so acknowledge that. Acknowledge your efforts. Big breath in. Full breath out. You can gently bring movement back into your fingertips and your toes and rock your head left and right. Again, in movement you want to. Maybe reach your arms up overhead, let them rest on the ground behind you, and point your toes forward. Take a good morning stretch, wake up. And then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself one more grateful hug. If you haven't already, thank your body. Thank your body. All of its amazing abilities. Remind yourself that you are enough. When you're ready, you can roll over onto your favorite side or up into a seat. And stay on your side. Come up, say however you'd like. Invite your hands to heart center. So this is our traditional but non-religious symbol of honor and respect. It means Namaste. So when we say Namaste, that means the highest in me, all that is good in me, honors and bows down to the highest in you and all that is good in you. Because we come from the same place, we're made of the same stuff. So if that sounds like something that you'd like to repeat sentiment. Draw your thumbs to the space between your eyes. Take an inhale. Exhale, bow forward, repeat Namaste. Gently rise. Thank you so much for making time, for trying this out. It's my very first online or video really of the class. So I'm sure there's just so many things that I'm going to learn from this experience. If you have anything to share, please email me. You can go to my Facebook page or just email me. It's mandycummins.com is my website, but my email is practiceyogawithmandy@gmail.com. I love your feedback and have a great day wherever you're at, whether it's nighttime or daytime. Remember that your intentions are super powerful. So don't take it lightly when you say, I'm going to practice Purna today. Like, the universe is going to help you practice Purna today. Thank you.